Working on a 2011 Freightliner Cascadia, the DD15. Here are the fault codes that we've been dealing with. .4364, and I have done a SCR test. Right now I'm going to go through quickly how I do the SCR test. Go over here to the service routines, and I've already done the SCR test. And my main focus is doing ACM or ECM tests that the manufacturer has to verify and to complete fault codes and to verify that everything is good. Monitoring the system yourself, trying to figure out values and all that good stuff can get pretty complicated. I monitor on that fault code because it says NOx conversion efficiency low. I monitor this, which is NOx conversion efficiency is 85%. When it completed, it was around 70%, which is fine. That needs to be between 70 and 100%. Then I monitor the outlet NOx sensor, which is supposed to be 5 to 25. Then the inlet NOx sensor is supposed to be between 2 and 300. And it isn't even there. It's fine. It's good. Nothing wrong with the inlet sensor or the outlet sensor. Now there have been tests where I will do this and this check will say failed. Well, did I watch the efficiency? Was it in between 70 and 100%? Did the percentage rates on either one of these sensors fall between the guidelines? And if they did or did not, it would dictate whether the sensor is good or bad. And sometimes I have found a bad outlet NOx sensor and a bad inlet NOx sensor. The reference chambers are really sensitive, and the modules. I have other videos here that are available to watch and to see how the modules are made. All it is a circuit board, and heat is the #1 killer. So, with that being said, that's what I do with the SCR test. To test the health of the SCR system. And right here is what I have to help myself monitor these parameters. Hopefully this may help somebody that's doing the same thing that I'm doing, which is the SCR test. This works both for the 13 liter or the 15 liter. And yes, this truck has other issues too with it, but I just wanted to cover the SCR test. It is very important to do. That way you know the health of the system and the health of the sensors. And you always want to make sure that it is reading outside temperature. It uses the outside temperature and baro pressure in conjunction with all the other sensors. I'll give you guys the flow chart for this one, the 4364. Just give you a quick overview of what that is. How you recover that is a parts regen, and it gives it a 25% D rate. And then it was my #1 thing is that I always run a parked SCR efficiency test before I do a regen. A lot of guys just dive straight in and do the regen. That's fine by me, but do you know your NOx conversion efficiency? Especially when you have this fault code. I mean, that is what it is hollering and screaming for right there. It says it's low. Well, I'm concerned about the state of health of the SCR system. I really am. And it concerns me on my direction, and I don't feel like wasting my time. Here's the flowchart for this fault code. There are a lot of variables to this fault code. Another thing with this fault code is exhaust leaks. I don't know what they're referring to there, but that is definitely the SCR box, and it's got a huge hole in it. That is the flow chart for that. I'm going to go back into service routines. I'm going to go to the DPF system, and I'm going to start the regen now. It says the dock inlet pressure and dock outlet pressure are sitting right there. 0.57 is the inlet, outlet is 0.28. Just trying to read that. Very bottom here. 1.3, approximately 1/2 of the inlet pressure. Close enough. The filter is not clogged. There is some sort of an exhaust leak. Well, wait a minute, there was an exhaust leak at the flex pipe, and I replaced the flex pipe. So yes, this vehicle had an exhaust leak. And I'm going to explain that because this fault code is that the conversion efficiency is low. It's not where it's supposed to be at. The DEF quality and warning, the quality isn't getting measured correctly. The exhaust gases that are being emitted inside of the SCR box. Back into service routines, look at my DPF system. I'm going to look at the dozer injection status. Nothing. I'd say it's not warm enough yet. And I'm going to go up here to my SCR system. I'm going to monitor some of this. Some of these sensors for a few seconds, a few minutes. And again, the inlet looks good. The outlet looks good. And the efficiency is 85. That's pretty good. Considering that we fixed an exhaust leak. It could be... I've seen exhaust leaks size of probably like my finger, 3/8 hole, down to a 1/4 inch hole. That will set this fault code. Def air pressure looks good. Then you got your def pressure, which would be the pump pressure. I'll set this sheet up here so we can look at that, compare the two. And then both of them's highlighted. Pressure, pump pressure, and you got the air pressure. Pump pressure is supposed to be 66 and 72. Very good. 18 to 29 for the air pressure. We're good. Not too for sure what's going on with the def codes. We're going to figure them out. And I would say this fault code down here at the bottom is 3556. Low temp regen. That would be because of an exhaust leak. Okay, we're going to go back into the service routines. Now I'm still in SCR. Let's go over to the DPF. Alright. Now, I was looking at the dozer injection status earlier before we went over to look at the SCR. It's not injecting anything because I said it was not warm enough. The temperature's not high enough. It's about 542 right now. Never mind what I just said there. 895. Looking through the camera here. Because your outlet temperatures, basically the temperature is getting warm. And like I said, there's nothing more important than doing the manufacturer's tests. There's Cummins videos that I have that doing the flow rate test, flowmetric rate test, DPF, and those are pretty reliable tests. I mean, versus somebody getting a piece of paper or values of certain sensors and sitting there themselves and trying to monitor it through a data logger is just mind-boggling and waste of time. And right now we're verifying that we have fixed and repaired the low NOx conversion efficiency issue. And this is a long process. This process is not quick, but it is reliable, and it will be a confident repair once I'm finished. Sitting here, these are the things I usually do. I want to look at the DPF ash accumulator. This right here, what this is going to tell me is how much ash is accumulated in the DPF filter media. So DPF filter has been cleaned on this, and it has been reset. A lot of times, or I should say majority of the time, I'll go get these fault codes and I'll go in here and I'll do a regen or do SCR test and say failed. It gets pretty irritating because mechanics reset the def ash accumulator. And you see how easy that was. The actions here. See if I can do this. Okay, the accumulator here. And the only thing I'll have to do here is press 1, 2, 4 and then whatever number I want. Numbers I want after that. Same thing with the bottom one here. Any numbers I want after that. And it'll reset it. It'll reset this value to 0. Okay, the ACM thinks now, well, they put in a new or cleaned DPF filter. Okay, everything's reset. Everything's good to go. Guy does a regen, verifies the code goes away. Driver gets it back out on the road, goes about 1,000, 2,000 miles down the road. Ah, got the same codes we had before. Really? Well, back in the shop we go. Well, with that being said, it sure makes it a little bit more difficult on a technician to diagnose that. And heck, the cycle may repeat itself over again. Go ahead in there and reset it, clear the codes, do a regen, ship it. Well, without inactive and active codes all being there, you're going to have a hard time diagnosing a fault code. And you notice, I not cleared nothing. Not done anything at all. If I'd done my job, I would at least hope that one of these fault codes here would go inactive. That's only if I'd done my job. And I've done it correctly. Back in here to service routines and see what it looks like here. The temperatures are getting raised. 1,014, 993. Looking good. The inlet temperature there, that's what I was looking at earlier, compared to why it has two dock temperatures. I don't know. It has two temperature sensors or what? Like I said, I mainly let this program do its job. Tell me what I need to be doing, rather than me doing the guesswork and throwing sensors at it, shotgunning parts that the truck don't need. And oh, well, just try it and see if this works. No, why don't I let this tell me what I need to do? Yeah, it's time consuming. But hell, what's 45 minutes versus shotgunning parts, spending money you don't have, and then the driver get out and can't even complete a drive cycle without no fault codes coming back up and come back again. It's wasting everybody's time. Alright, you guys, I'm going to end this video here, I believe. This is probably the longest video I have. It's 19 minutes here. And it's going to take this about another 15 more minutes before this regen completes. When it does, show you guys the fault codes, go from there, and I'll show you guys the outcome. Appreciate everybody watching, and I definitely will not be going to bed tonight dumber than when I woke up.